Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Julie Muhn, I'm Senior Research Analyst with Finovate. You may be familiar with Marie Kondo, the Japanese organizing consultant who tells us to get rid of things that don't spark joy. My question for you today, and for my interviewee today, is if you could Marie Kondo the payment system, what one thing would you get rid of that doesn't spark joy? Well, my guest today, Yamini Sagar, founder and CEO of Instarails, is going to be answering that question, as well as offering up her thoughts on stablecoins, emerging trends, and more. Yamini, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here.
So we're going to start off with a little bit of fun. We're going to do a rapid fire question and answer round. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, and you can give me 1 or 2 word answers. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Okay. Swift or stablecoins?
Stablecoins.
Asia or Africa for growth potential?
Asia.
Okay. Biggest compliance headache today?
Manual compliance.
Very good. And this is the hardest one. Most underrated opportunity in payments right now?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would say getting rid of cash really is one of the opportunities, like digitizing everything. So yeah.
Very good point. Okay, so you have been in the fintech space for quite some time.
Yes.
What is the biggest shift that you have seen in how money moves globally?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I have been, as the founder and CEO of Instarails, but even before that, more than 2 decades in the payments and fintech space.
Yeah.
And the biggest shift that I see today is in terms of cost, speed, and security. So considering those 3 factors, I feel like cost today has come down a lot compared to what it used to be, with a big focus on cross-border payments as well as domestic payments.
Yeah.
You have seen the advent of real-time payment systems bringing the cost down. And in terms of cross-border, it's just cutting down the intermediaries, and that brings the cost down. And also speed. It improves the speed, makes even cross-border payments instant. And the security terms, I would say blockchain and a lot of other innovative technologies help build a better security around the payment system. So yeah, those are the 3 trends we are watching and continue to watch.
Great. So there's been a lot of noise, as we've all heard, around stablecoins, but also CBDCs and real-time payments, as you mentioned. So right now, help us suss out what is real and what is hype at the moment.
I would love to. So real-time payment rails, definitely real. There are about 100 countries around the world that have established their own real-time payment rails. The biggest ones being PIX in Brazil, UPI in India are the leaders, and they're doing great. In terms of CBDCs, I feel like I was working in the CBDC space in like 2019. Did a bit of pilots, but I haven't seen much progress. I feel like it's kind of a hype because there's not much incentives for commercial banks or even people to adopt CBDCs unless they are told to do it, like forced to do it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And the second thing, stablecoins, I feel like are great, especially the one problem that they can really solve is holding liquidity across the world in reserves, in nostro accounts, and just your capital just staying there, not being used. So I feel like stablecoins can help free up a lot of capital and liquidity, solve the liquidity problem, as well as settlements. So as far as instant settlements, they can make it instant instead of 2 to 10 days. So that's the problem it solves. I have seen stablecoins adoption in merchant payments. However, I feel like a lot of improvement still needs to be done in terms of user experience for it to be adopted faster.
Yeah.
That being said, stablecoins for settlements, we want more banks to adopt it so that it can grow and be widely adopted and become a system for settlements.
Great, yeah, and we have seen some overseas banks take the lead on that.
Yes, of course.
So with that said, which geographical regions would you say are setting the pace when it comes to payments innovation, and what can other geographies learn from them?
Yes, I would love to talk about that because I'm originally from India.
Yeah.
And I moved here in 2000, and I go there a lot. And I know I've been studying a lot about PIX in Brazil as well. But UPI in India and PIX in Brazil are setting pace for the rest of the world with their real time. They are doing amazing. Like when I go to India now, I see local street vendors, like even if you want to buy a cup of tea, accepting UPI payments.
Wow.
And it's so easy. They just create a QR code, set it up on their shop. Anyone can scan it, and in 2 steps, they make the payment.
Amazing.
So essentially, they say, okay, this is the amount, and then they confirm it on their phone, and that's it, 2 steps to make the payment. So literally, everyone is using UPI or PIX in Brazil to make payments. And I'll tell you how brilliant it is. So the first thing that it does is it eliminates the use of cash.
Yeah.
So no one needs to accept cash anymore, have to worry about all the fraud or whatever happens with cash anymore. And the second brilliant thing is it digitizes everything for the government as well to get taxes, tax everything, every transaction. So I feel like it's great because it eliminates fraud, it improves the economy and taxes, right?
Yeah.
So it's a great, great solution, and the adoption is so huge. The user experience is so beautiful with 2 steps. So there's huge adoption. I feel like both of these countries are setting pace for the rest of the world, and in terms of US, we are way behind. Okay, so we need to pick up space.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah, we have a lot to learn.
Absolutely.
So going back to this idea we talked about at the top of our conversation about Marie Kondo and getting rid of things, if you had to rebuild the global payment system from scratch today, what is one thing that you would leave behind because it doesn't spark joy?
There's so many things we would leave behind. So, okay, so as the founder and CEO of Instarails, we have actually built a proprietary global payment network that does cross-border payments to 150 countries, 70 plus local currencies. And the one thing we already left behind is the legacy payment network and correspondent banks and intermediaries. So that's the biggest thing I feel like everyone should leave behind. And what that does is it eliminates intermediaries, so cut down the cost, makes the speed instant, right, by cutting them out. And the other problem it solves is the monopoly of some big players. So why are we, for example, $230 billion today are hidden like each year in cross-border exchange rate fees that goes only to this monopoly of big correspondent banks. By eliminating that, we are able to spread that profit and revenue to everyone equally, right? So why should only a few players get that revenue? We want to spread it around. So that's why Instarails is working on that, and we work with banks and corporates and give them our payment network so that they can make revenue instead of the monopoly banks out there.
Okay, I want to look towards the future now. So looking ahead, what emerging trends do you currently have your eye on?
Okay, so as a cross-border payment network, the trends that we look for, we have already automated compliance, sanctions check, we stop fraud upfront as well, but we are looking for more innovation in that space. So always looking for companies or vendors that are building in the space where we can cut down the manual processes, automate things, as well as with payments becoming so fast with real-time payments. And also with AI frauds out there, we want more innovation to catch and detect fraud upfront, as well as improve security. So
All right, well thank you Yamini for your insights, I really appreciate it. And to our audience, if you're still clinging on to outdated payment rails that don't spark joy, maybe it's time to let go. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.